light, airy pastels, blooming flowers, things that you think of when you think of spring.
When I was in Paris in February, I saw some really beautiful qualities, and that kind of inspired this collection specifically.
A girl coming upon maybe a forgotten, secret, overgrown garden full of lush, flowering vines, wisteria.
It's a great event if you are planning on getting married or if you just want to convince your boyfriend that you want to get married sooner than later.
Today's bride for and Barge. She is classic and elegant, but she's also got a cool factor to her. She's definitely modern. We're using warm plum tones and rose tones to really give her a sultry eye, but this still keeping it very classic. The skin is nice and bouncy. It's very fresh. She's not too dewy, but she's also not too matte. She's that really natural, beautiful in between. And then her lip is a petal pink tone with a nice gloss to it, but there's a sophisticated ease to it. It looks like she did not try too hard, but she still looks fabulous, of course.
So the look is picked by Barge. It's very modern, it's very chic, it's very like sleeked back and soft, but yet cool and fun and different, like unique, for wedding hair. I just think it's very soft and it doesn't take away from the dress, but the girl is still modern and like high fashion and different. These are hair pieces that we are using for feathers to create this look. We are using all Bumble products to prep the hair, just tease them and get them ready to be sleeked back and ready for the runway.
Well, the mood of the collection today was really the birth of spring after winter. The light, airy pastels, blooming flowers, things that you think of when you think of spring. So we tried to translate our timeless classic looks into light and airier fabrics, crystals, things that were very ethereal. We also had a lot of color, though it was subtle. There was not just the pure white dress. There were lots of combinations of fabrics that would read as white, but up close you would see they were pastels. Always it's here comes the bride, not here comes the dress. So I believe that people, when they see a bride, should be focused on how beautiful the girl looks and then the dress, rather than the dress is, drop dead, but they miss the girl entirely. So I think it's really important for the bride to wear and own the dress. I feel like it's the same message, which is timeless, classic, forever bride, very not trendy but modern on fashion. And I think that we basically continued that feeling, but we brought more sheerness and more lightweight fabrics and more laces and things that are not as heavy or fabric as we showed in the fall collection. Always Audrey Hepburn has been my total idol of all times. I think she's just still, her pictures and the dresses she wore and her hair and makeup, they still look correct today after many, many years. But I would say today's modern girl might be Kate Middleton, a refined girl who wants to look fashionable but classic. Because each collection is a brand new, never boring, always a brand new experience and a brand new message or brand new fabrications that you're working with. So it's always exciting because you're always getting inspired by so many various things from historic pieces or vintage jewelry, or it might be movies. You know, there are just a lot of ways we get our inspiration. The end result was a beautiful bride and a beautiful dress and beautiful wedding and making dreams come true.
We're calling it the House of Houghton. So we're on the Upper East Side, which is new for us, showing our Spring 17 collection during Bridal Week. I hate to say like I was inspired by something specific. I always kind of try and grow from my last collection and push myself. Specifically, like looking at these dresses when I was in Paris in February, I saw some really beautiful qualities and developed some custom fabrics, specifically like this plissé and some fabrics in the other rooms that I developed for the collection, and that kind of inspired this collection specifically, and then kind of drew me towards layering and textures. And I just saw, I'm kind of known for using laces and using them in different ways, and the cutouts and whatnot. So it just kind of drew me towards kind of trying to expand on that. First came the silhouette and the ruffles, and that's kind of where I start, kind of like a skeleton. And then the accessories came second, and the beauty. And sometimes it works in different ways each season, but that was the way it worked this season. And funny enough, like I'll sketch a whole look. And this season, I literally sketched the bodysuits with the stockings, with the ruffles, with the cutouts, and everything layered together, literally with the chokers, with the belts. And sometimes it goes in a different direction once I start making them. This season, literally, like the girls are like standing here as I sketch them, and like that's how it worked out. So it was just kind of how I envision it, like a lot of texture, a lot of layering, but still sheer and getting like a very romantic vibe. And it worked out, and so the accessories were just part of the look. Hair, because there was so much texture and stuff going on, I wanted something slick, but I always want detail in kind of every element. And Lynn, who did the hair, he pulled this off, and there's detail in the back where he did a V in the cornrows, and cornrows are kind of like a staple of mine that I kind of known for. I don't like ever being too pretty with my girls. It's not really like the Houghton girl, like if they're wearing something that could be viewed as something more feminine or pretty, I like to give it like a tomboy edge or kind of a rougher edge. And then the makeup, Maud, who is just the most amazing artist for MAC, gave me these amazing white lashes that's just really unexpected and just a really fresh, dewy face, which she just does the best job with. Stay true to yourself, and you want to be comfortable. Like, don't wear something just because you think you should. Wear something that you want to wear, that you want to be comfortable in, that you really like. Definitely a girl who has her own personal style, not afraid to take risks. Someone who, wants to feel sexy, wants to feel feminine, but isn't afraid of taking like a little bit of a chance.
We love an ombre. I also just wanted some color. I felt like when we were working on this, I love white and it's exciting, but then you kind of were like, oh, I wish I had some other element. So that was really just for show, and who knows if somebody will want to wear that on their wedding day, but I hope so.
This season for bridal, for me, is like watercolors. Layers of colors, tool over tool.
To create really the right colors and to create the right look, we really invest a lot of it, because we take for example, if you will see a tulle dress, it's not just we take a tulle and make a dress. We dye the tulle. To get the color, it's every
All the
each
flowers are dyed. Everything
dress
is dyed.
that you see here, it's really, we create it from a lot of steps.
We were looking at meadows and dew, and that's really soft, floral, romantic feeling. We played with a lot of different sheernesses and rose colors.
In this collection, it's all about translucent and transparent materials. There's a lot of organzas, there's subtle hints of color, there's laces with floral elements to it, there's a lot of layering of laces, and then all the beading that I did is very gentle and mild.
Amazing. I mean, pantsuit, all you need. The jumpsuit's all you need. It's so good.
And I love that she would throw an illusion net pant with a little short skirt. These little bits of illusion and naughty versus romantic, and what we consider kind of safe versus a little risky and risque.
For Alvina Valenta, I was really thinking about a bride, a girl, kind of coming upon maybe a forgotten, secret, overgrown garden full of lush, flowering vines, wisteria, just kind of a forgotten world where it's a little bit enchanted. And so looking at flowering vines for my embroideries and the lace and just cascading and lots of little details. I really love the little details and subtle layering aspects, and I think that my Alvina Valenta bride really appreciates that for me. I always love to use lace, and I like to find a different way to use lace, trying to layer different along-song laces with softer chantilly laces, creating a little bit of depth and dimension, and then also bringing in clean satin, just to kind of give it a timeless, clean feeling. You saw a couple dresses thrown in there that are for my Theodora collection. So that's really playing up with the boho trend, the fringe poncho, the flowy net lace, like sleeve with the lace jacket. I love that, and I love that I have a place to put that for Theodora. With Alvina playing a little bit with a ballerina sort of aspect in different bodices. There was one dress where I wanted to do kind of like a double wrap sort of bodice. It's kind of like a warm-up jacket, warm-up like cover up over the ballerina cami sort of thing. The bride that I come across when I go on trunk shows and meet all of these different brides, she wants to be somewhat timeless. She wants to be able to look back on her wedding photos and feel like she wasn't chasing a trend, but I think she also wants to feel contemporary and also of a moment. So it's combining the best of both worlds in that way. And she really appreciates the little details and romantic, ethereal. She wants to look like a bride.
We are at the New York Weddings event. It's a great event if you are planning on getting married or if you just want to convince your boyfriend that you want to get married sooner than later.
I'm a freelance wedding editor. I write for a site called Twirl, and we're always coming to the New York Magazine event to find out who the newest vendors are and what the most interesting things are in the space.
People don't know we do wedding cakes. They think of us as a cupcake shop, but we actually do a beautiful, as you can see, array of tiered cakes and many different designs that we offer. It's your wedding. If you really want a carrot cake on one layer, a coconut cake on another, a German on another, and lemon with lemon filling on another, okay, we'll do that for you because we can.
Vera Wang has a licensing relationship with Crane, and we have a line of papers that really reflects her ready-to-wear line and her bridal line. I think the paper really sets the tone. It's one of the first things that a guest receives with the save the date, so it sets the tone for the whole event.
Glam Squad is an on-demand beauty company. We're on location, which means that we come to you and we're booked via our iPhone app, or you can book us online.
We make sure that we have a wedding trial for every single bride that we service, and we pair her up with a stylist, and then once that stylist is able to achieve the look that she wants, then what we do is we make sure that they are available to take care of that bride on her day.
We are a planning, decor, lighting, linens, and invitations company. Planners will save you money, believe it or not. So why not alleviate that stress and have a professional guide you? I think a lot of people think about, oh, I can do this myself. Any person can do their own wedding. I don't think you'll want to.
It's really important to kind of pick a palette, and you really want to pick 1 to 3 colors, so that this way at least you've narrowed down your choices as to what colors you're working with. And then when you're thinking of a theme, you really kind of want to think like, okay, what season am I getting married in? What kind of location am I getting married in? And then kind of tailor it in from there. Is it formal? Is it casual? Is it a ballroom? Is it in a garden?
It's really a great idea to have your wedding website to have all of your information about your ceremony, travel accommodations, the story of you and your groom. And it's important to keep that information available for people easily. Additionally, we have RSVP capabilities so you can keep track of your guest list easily.
We're doing flower crowns made out of curly willow, which is this branch here. And then we're doing this really modern asymmetric look. We're trying to do mostly monochromatic, so less Coachella looking and a little bit more modern and New York metropolitan looking.
We make delicious layered desserts in jars. We did one stunning wedding that was completely white, and then they stacked them to be the wedding cake. So instead of just like a regular wedding cake where everyone's cutting slices, everyone kind of like took a little glass jar of the slice.
We really believe that the perfect dress deserves the perfect bra, and we are leaders in creating solution-based garments precisely for, your most important day of your life. So we do amazing bustiers, strapless bras, low back, low fronts, really anything that the bride needs. It's really important to get something that's going to make you look completely smooth and seamless underneath your dress.
The best advice I tell people is to think not so much about trends, but think, okay, if I looked at my wedding picture 10 years from now, 20 years from now, would I like this? Would I really be excited about this?
There's so much out there, it's hard for brides to kind of edit it down. Yes, this is a really important day, and it's a big day. But you're going to have lots of other kinds of parties related to the wedding, but also for other things. So let's take all the ideas, let's see what's going to work best for the wedding, and then see maybe we can put some things with the engagement party, something for the rehearsal dinner. My number one tip is always have the best time ever planning. We're at this beautiful event. There's cake, there's cupcakes, there's champagne, and it's all for you to enjoy. So just really just take advantage of the time and just have fun.